lives on the line for this camp life, this camp life, this camp life. Yeah, we live this camp life. Yeah, we prophesy 365 for this camp life, this camp life.
Boots lace, you know we came to ride. All on your block, don't care about the ops. This truth is do or die. Come crown the kings and watch how we bling. We here 365. While you in your dreams, we on the scene, saving our people's lives. What a time to be alive when it's going down. I got both eyes on the same prize. If you're trying to build, then it's hammer time.
Because what has happened is everybody doesn't know the truth about God. Everything that we were taught was lies. Read this.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
It says, who changed the truth of God into a lie? The truth of God is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American are God's chosen people. Who changed that and said it is the Jewish people? Read it again.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie? God is a black man. Jesus Christ is a black man. Who changed that into a lie? Give me 1 Timothy chapter 4. Because we must understand what has happened in this earth. We've been taught lies by many different philosophies and religions. Read.
Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Says in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Read.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Giving heed to seducing spirits. Seducing spirit is Christianity. Seducing spirit is we all need to be equal. Seducing spirit is God's chosen people are the Jewish people. The Bible says contrary to everything what you've been taught. Read.
And doctrines of devils.
Doctrines of who?
Doctrines of devil.
Doctrines of devils. The doctrines of devil is Catholicism, Christianity. These are the lies that we've been taught in our communities. Read.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry.
What does it say?
Forbidding to marry.
Like the priests do, and the nuns. This is directly speaking about Christianity. Hey brother, what's your nationality?
I'm Cherokee.
You Cherokee Indian, huh? Okay, so what we're out to do is to teach our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, who they are according to the Bible, all right? So give me Numbers 15:38. Because I'm going to show you something. Did you know that your nationality was written in the Bible? You did? Read.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Do you know what fringes are? Fringes. No? So, what is your father's nationality? You know. He's English and Irish. All right, read this.
Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree.
Do you know what a pedigree is? A pedigree is your lineage. And it says, and they declared their pedigree or their lineage, how?
After they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers.
It says by the house of their fathers. So whatever your father is, what are you? So you said your father is an English-Irish man, correct? So is your mom dated?
Yes.
So that means that according to the Bible, you're not an Israelite from the tribe of Gad. You will be from the nation of Edom.
That's right.
Give me second, Matthew chapter 1, verse 1. Because it's just the same exact way Jesus Christ's lineage was declared. Read.
Matthew chapter 1 and verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
You have generations, that means it's people, right? The generations of people, correct? And this is saying this is who Christ's generation is. Read. Hold up.
The son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. And Judas begat Phares, and Zara, and Thamar, and Phares begat Esrom, and Esrom begat Aram.
So these are all men whose lineage of Christ came through. It never went by the mother's lineage. That's what the society has taught us. according to the Bible, you are what your father is. What were you going to say? So, according to the Bible, you're not an Israelite. But as you said, your father's Irish, right? Do you know where you line up in the Bible? Give me Genesis 25.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
That's what nation you come from. Your forefather is called Esau. Yep. So do you know who says the first character is what? Read that again.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment.
Says the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Who do so-called white people? What is the characteristics of your skin color? Do you have skin color? Okay, so do you have skin color?
What?
Okay, so do you have skin color?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, so do you have skin color? Huh? You're not beige. Beige is like this color. You're not beige. You're not even white. The Bible says you're red. You know why? Because you have no melanin. Which means you look like blood. That's what they call you down south. Rednecks, correct? So the Bible says what? Read it again.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
So that's who you come from. You come from Esau. We come from Jacob. Jacob is the chosen lineage of God, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. The people who your forefathers put into slavery. Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So the Israelites, these people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, had to serve our enemies. At that time, currently still, our enemies is your race. Because what they have done to us, we still serve you guys with food, water, clothing, just like the Bible just says. And then everything that we lack.
Right.
We have to go to you guys for education, right? Our kids go to your school, correct? Okay. We have to go to you guys for legislation and laws in this land, right? Because we were brought here as slaves. We don't have our own government that's set up here for us, right? Here's what the Bible says. Watch what else it says.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he hath destroyed thee.
And that's how we know exactly whom we are. Because according to the Bible, your fathers did this, but it was a sign for us to know who we are now today. Read.
And verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
See, because the nation of Edom is where the eagle symbol comes from. So the English had the eagle, the British, the Dutch, the Americans, Rome, Spain. Read verse 46.
In verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
That's what we know. So according to the Bible, you come from who? From who? No, your forefather. Esau. Esau. Your nation is Edom. E-D-O-M, okay? We are the children of Jacob, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Should've known the difference between wrong and right. All of your doings, all of your shame. It's all on you, you're the one to blame. Hey. Should've turned back when you had the chance, but you sold your soul for a devil's dance. When the flames that high, you're gonna get burned. You done forgot the lessons you learned. Deep in trouble, nowhere to turn. When the flames that